Chrissy Teigen. She's known as the Delightful Diva. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Sandra Marshall, everybody. Sandra.
What a body you've got. I'm an international star. I don't want to be recognized. Our head's turning. Our head's turning. I have my hair done for you. How do I look? You look gorgeous. I am gorgeous and I love it. Thank you, thank you. So I am, I was going to say that don't you love hot, steamy sex? I do. Yes. And I'm a great lover from what I remember. That's why I'm here tonight. To practice with someone here. Are there any doctors in the house? They spend their entire life practicing. Oh, any volunteers? Woo. I don't know, why am I thinking of my gynecologist? So I was going to say that, how many of you, I was going to say that, do you laugh in bed because you go with me? Now the reason I say that is because I used to wonder, and maybe you do too, serious men, do they laugh in bed? Do they? So I decided to try that out. So I was at the Chamber of Commerce, Beverly Hills, I like to brag, and there was a good-looking, heavy-set guy, but he frowned. And I wanted to know, does he laugh in bed? And I said, I'm going to ask you this question. I've never done it before. Do you laugh in bed? He said, no, my wife's an attorney. We argue. So then I was with a girlfriend of mine, and another girlfriend joined us, and you can't just ask this question, do you laugh in bed? I said later on, do you laugh in bed? She said, yeah, if I can find somebody to fuck, I laugh in bed. And then I was at a seminar where a doctor was, and I cornered him. I said, do you laugh in bed? He says, no, but my wife does. You can really tell a lot about the state of affairs when you ask that question. Then I was at the Ritz-Carlton, I love to brag, and this beautiful girl, I knew her from before from another acting seminar. I said, do you laugh in bed? She said, yeah, just get it over with. So it's just a great question. Now, when I meet a hot, good-looking guy, I always approach him, I say, you're such a hot guy. Are you married? Yes, I am. Do you cheat even a little? Of course, they all say no. But I have such a good time asking them. And sure enough, I was at a restaurant, and there was an owner, hot guy, rich, right? Dog, kids, family, and I said, do you cheat? He said, I said, are you married? He said, yeah. I said, well, do you cheat even a little? He says, yeah, now and then. He made me speechless. Now, I'm known as the Delightful Diva. Am I delightful? Thank you. So, I love to raise the spirits of people I meet. I also like to raise other things. How you doing, honey? So I was at Bed Bath & Beyond, and I was talking to this cashier, and I said, I am the Delightful Diva. Divas are good. They take good care of themselves as well as other people. And I asked this girl, do you take good care of yourself? And she said, yes, I do. I said, then you're a diva. She said, I am. And so I pissed off everybody else in line, saved one, angered 10. Anybody else do that? So when I also, since I love doing stand-up and I'm so wonderful, I don't know how to take applause, thank you. So when I was at the bank, and there was a black guy with a turban on his head, and I said, do you like stand-up? He said, yes. I said, well, if you come to my stand-up, you'll probably get laid. He said, I usually do. Then I was at this great furniture store, Timothy Alton. You have to go there, it's fabulous. And they give champagne. So of course, once a week I stop there and I get myself some champagne and bring my friends, and they're really hospitable and the furniture is great. So there are the parents and this guy with his girl, and I said, do you like stand-up? And he said, yes. I said, well, if you come to my show, you'll probably get laid. He said, this is my fiance, I get laid every night. It's great, you know. I'm ready to get laid myself, aren't we all? So people come up to me and ask me if I'm Doris Roberts. Doris Roberts died a year ago. If I was Doris Roberts, I'd be 10 pounds lighter. If you really look at me closely, I look more like Liz Taylor, don't I? Now, how many of you love ice cream? I love ice cream. But what I do is I qualify people for ice cream, don't you? So I was at Rite Aid, and I asked this woman who had a frown on her face, do you love ice cream? She said, no. I said, you cannot wait on me. I want somebody who loves ice cream. And this adorable hot guy came over. I said, do you love ice cream? He said, yeah, I love ice cream. So I knew that I was going to get quality as well as quantity. So he takes out a little Dixie cup and then a big, I said, I want that, then a little other cup. I said, I want the quart size. But I only want a double dip. And the secret is always get a quart size. So then I said, I'm a happy camper because since you love ice cream, you're going to give me a lot. And sure enough, I said, make it a big dip. I'm sure you can recognize that. Don't you do that also? Make it a big dip. And sure enough, I told him it's just for a double dip. By the time you know, the whole quart was filled. So do that. Also, when you go to a restaurant, I do not like small plates. Because small plates, the food falls on the table instead of, in your mouth or in the plate. So what I do is, I always ask for candlelight, even in the afternoon. And I say, do you have candlelight? Is it evening? I said, can you please bring the candlelight? They say, well, you'll be able to see it. I say, I know, please bring the candlelight. Now, I always sit at a table, a big table, it sits 4 people, because I have the disease of isolation. Do not put me in a corner, because I like to be seen, don't you? So what happens is, they come over and they want to take all the silverware off, and I say, no, leave it there, because it looks like I'm going to a party. And of course, if the fork falls down, I say, ooh, I got a fork. So I always ask for a big plate purposely. So when Emily comes over, they bring a small plate. I say, no, I want a big plate. And so when they bring over a big plate, I say to Emily, one of the waitresses, I say, now look at this. Isn't the presentation wonderful? And of course she's going to agree because it is. And I'll tell you a secret. Listen to this. If you ask for a bigger plate, you get more food. I'm Sandy Marshall. Think of me. Dream of me. Or better yet, sleep with me.